The Trans-Canada Trail stretches all the way from the west coast of Canada, all the way to the east, all the way from the southern border in the United States to the Arctic Ocean. It basically touches every province and territory in the country, and I feel like you guys are really missing out on it. It has everything from paved bike trails and gravel rail trails to single track, and some sections of it are even on water. Over the next few years, what I'm trying to do is slowly fill it in using various electric rideables, so I can show you guys just the sheer variety and aesthetics of the trail. The first thing that I'm trying to prove is that EVs make great adventure vehicles. And well, obviously you're going to see some breakdowns and bailouts in my videos. Almost none of them have to do with the electric drive system. The faults are usually with me or with structural stuff like losing a wheel, flat tires, etc. And I want to show you guys that as long as you plan out your charging stops, it is possible to travel from one side of the country to the other on electric rideables. The second mission I'm trying to accomplish is to innovate new ways to adventure with EVs. There's the more mundane side of it, like showing that you can go backpacking with an electric skateboard or showing what it's like to go raft packing with an electric raft. But then we can delve into the even more wacky side of things. Things like my electric snowboard, my electric Dirtsurfer conversion, and some even crazier stuff that's coming. And the third thing I'm trying to accomplish is to inspire you guys to go on your own EV adventures. I want to show you guys what's possible and give you ideas that maybe you wouldn't have thought about before. It always makes me super happy when I get a message from one of you guys saying that I actually inspired you to go out and try backpacking on an electric skateboard or an electric scooter. And the kinds of electric rideables that I have been and plan on doing sections of the TCT with are all over the map. So of course there's the electric rideables that I've already showed you guys on the channel, things like my DIY electric touring skateboard. It's best used on paved sections of the TCT, but can also be used on some light gravel rail trails. I've also got my electric snowboard, which is a more recent and highly experimental addition to the lineup, and as far as I'm aware, it's the first DIY electric snowboard that costs under $1,000 to build. I mean, this thing can't really handle soft powder, but as long as it's got something firm to dig into under an inch or so under the powder, it's got enough traction to get going. And now that I got most of the kinks worked out, I'm really excited to see what this thing can do on the TCT during winter. Then of course there's my electric Dirtsurfer. It's an electric conversion of an inline board done by swapping out the rear wheel for a same size Ebike hub motor kit. I had built it to be the ultimate gravel rail trail machine, but unfortunately this thing is super hard to ride long distances. And then of course we have my electric Raft, which is really useful for the water sections. This was done by taking an inflatable raft and mounting a 12-volt electric trolling motor to the back of it. And of course things don't stop there. I have a whole bunch of DIY projects and acquisitions coming to the channel to further expand the lineup. So the next thing I'm actually planning to get is a new e-bike. Some of you longtime viewers might be wondering about my other e-bike, the Super 73 S1. I've decided to retire that in favor of something smaller and more compact. The DIY project that I'm actively working on is something I call codename Shagohod. I've dropped some hints as to what it might be. It's pretty obvious at this point, but I am extremely excited to show this thing off because it should be able to handle sand, snow, gravel, anything the TCT can throw at it, and if I have my way and the plans go just right, it can even do water. After that, I'm planning on getting a Meepo Hurricane for effective tackling of gravel rail trails and single track. I want to add an electric scooter to the mix. This specific one is a wicked off-road beast, which will let me show off the adventuring capabilities of a proper all-terrain electric scooter. After that is the electric plankboard build. It's a long-range electric skateboard for as cheap as possible. Then there's codename the Flintstone, another DIY e-skate project. I'm sure you can guess what it's going to look like based on the name. And the last one on the list is the electric rover board, another DIY e-skate build that will feature a set of 4 fixed 10-inch wheels on each side. This will be a real off-road crawler that can blend good speed with some interesting off-road capabilities on soft surfaces like snow and sand. I've got some other ideas on the board, but those are the ones that are the most firmed up and thought through. So as you can see, I have no shortage of really interesting, unique, and frankly wacky ideas to cover sections of the Trans-Canada Trail through all times of year, from the middle of frozen winter to the hottest summer days. So make sure you guys stick around to see how it goes.